Hi, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to edit another photo from start to finish, and this is the picture that we're going to do today. It's a little bit overexposed, and this is what it looked like straight out of the camera. But we are going to change it and make it look like this. So let me show you what I did. Let me just delete all those, we'll start over. So the first thing that I did was I went to layers, new live filter layer, and got a lighting layer here, and I like to put it on top just to keep them all straight. It's easier for me that way. Okay, and I turned the specular all the way down to 0 and also the shininess, and I changed the type of light to point, and I'm gonna bring it down about here, and I want to make it a little smaller, maybe somewhere around there. And then I'm going to make another one, so I'm just going to copy that one and then drag it over here. I want this one maybe a little bit bigger. I'll show you what I'm doing in a minute, but I'm drawing your light, or your eyes. I'm using the light to draw your eyes to where I want it in the picture. I know it doesn't look quite like much at the moment, but it will in a second. Alright, yeah, that might be a little too big. You can always adjust these later, so it's not that big a deal. But when you first look at the picture, alright, let me show you. It's just kind of even everywhere. So by doing that, it draws your eyes right down here. But then we're also going to change the blend mode to multiply. And I think it's just a little strong, so we're going to go, I'm going to turn all the way to 0. I like to do it this way, all the way to 0, and then gradually bring it up until it's looks like I want. And actually, I think 75 looks pretty good. So now you can't really see the spots of light. You know, you can't tell I did it, but your eyes are just sort of going to be naturally drawn to those spots. All right, the next thing I did was I warmed it up a bit. And over here, I just used white balance, and Affinity comes with default warm and cool already for you. I just used the warm one, and it did fine. It might actually be a little bit too yellow, but I can change that. But one thing I did want to change was the blue. I wanted more blue in the water, even though it didn't look blue that day. I wanted it to look blue. So I did this by making a new adjustment layer, a new selective color adjustment layer. And at first I thought, I came up here to the colors, and the first thing I tried was actually clicking on the blues. I don't know why I thought that, but those aren't blue, they're gray. So you need to come down to neutrals and change the neutrals. And you need to up the cyan. Let's see, we'll just, and don't worry about the rest of the picture. Just, you know, get the blues as blue as you want. And that's too blue. So we're going to come down, I don't know, maybe here. That might be too blue also, but we can always change it later. So what we're going to do now is we're going to use Control I. We're going to invert that layer. And then we're just going to get our brush tool, and we're going to get white paint. It's already there. And we're just going to paint over that layer. Oh, my opacity is down to 28%. I don't know why. Let's put that all the way back up to 100. There, it won't take for quite so long. There we go. That might be a little bit too blue. We can alter that once we get it where we want. I'm using my finger because it's easier for me to paint this way than it is to use the mouse. So sorry. I know it doesn't show up on my screen when I do it this way. You can't see the cursor, but it's just so much faster than trying to do it with the mouse. I'm not going to be really perfect around these birds right now because we're just making a video here, but you'll get the general idea. Let's see. Just kind of quickly zip around. And if we don't like it this blue, I mean, you can go back and click on the layer and mess around with the colors as much as you want until you get it the right shade of blue that you want, or whatever you're doing for whatever picture you're doing. Yeah, I love working with layers because you can go back and change anything at any time. Now I also did the sky with this. So let me show you in just a second. I just want to get most of this because otherwise it'll look really funny and it'll annoy me. So there we go. That is going to be good enough for now. All right. So, yeah, go back and make it look really nice later. Get around all the birds. But I also kind of did the sky up here. I don't know if I really liked it that way, but yeah, I just sort of brushed it in right along there. And later on, I might take that out. It might be not the right kind of blue, but I can always make another selective color adjustment and do neutrals again, and then just paint over the sky right here and have that be a completely different color than this one. So if you needed two separate colors, you can do that. You can do as many selective color adjustments as you want and just paint them on any part of the picture you want. But the last thing that I did was I decided that my birds here needed, they just needed to pop out a little bit more. So the easiest way to do that is to make a new layer, and then with white paint, should still be white paint, we're going to make sure we have a small brush here, or just on this new pixel layer, we're just going to paint over the birds a little bit. And you can get a really tiny brush to get their heads, but we're just going to do the bodies and the wings for now. Let me see. I'll try and use the mouse here for a minute. It's so much slower with the mouse. All right, we're not going to do every bird. We're just going to do some. All right. Now, all you have to do is change this to overlay or soft light. There we go. It wouldn't come on. So we're going to change it to overlay. And it can be a little bit too bright, like this guy here. So maybe we'll lower the opacity a bit. Yeah, so there's the before, and there's the after. So it just makes the birds a little lighter and pop out a little bit more. We could sharpen it too, but I'm not going to. I like it just the way it is. So we'll do the before and after again. You click on one layer, hold the shift key, and then click on another layer, and it'll select all the layers in between. And then you just click on one, and it turns everything off. So that was before, and that was after. So that was a pretty quick way to liven up a picture a little bit that may be slightly overexposed. So I hope that you found that helpful, and don't forget to write any comments below, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel for more. Thanks for watching.